Did you ever have to do that task yourself at school where you had to write a paragraph about a specific topic in your foreign language class? Because one I remember vividly was about having to write about my pets. Now, this here is Bonnie, and she is my first ever pet. She isn't quite up to sitting on command yet. She's still learning. We just adopted her and brought her home last Sunday from a dog shelter, and I've no idea how long she's even going to sit or lay here for nicely for this video. We'll see. So the thing was, when we had to write 100 words about our pets in French, I obviously didn't have any pets. And so it's pretty hard to expand that fact into 100 words and wouldn't exactly show my French writing prowess. So I lied. I remember forcing myself to write a whole paragraph of lies in French about the colour of the dogs I didn't have and the name of the cat that didn't exist. Now, I'm not sure if I maybe included anything else, but it totally went against my nature as a bit of a goody two-shoes, and I still find it hard to tell a lie and keep a straight face or a calm voice today. But I actually tell students to lie in their work fairly often. I'll tell you when and why in a moment, but first let me make that clear. I tell them to lie in certain tasks in their work, not in life. I just want to get that straight. I don't want to get the blame for any household disputes here. But anyway, that paragraph about my pets is a pretty basic example of when to just make it up in order to come up with a response that's going to get better marks than the truth. Because the thing is, examiners and teachers, they don't know the truth, and generally they don't even care what the facts of the answer are. The question that's being asked is just a vehicle to have students to show their ability, not because they actually want to know the answer. So those teachers and examiners are looking for evidence for what gets ticks on the mark scheme. So here are some examples of when I have told students to make it up or tell straight up lies. Purposefully making an error or writing about an error that maybe didn't happen in a science experiment or geography fieldwork in order to have a problem or improvement to write about in their evaluations. Evaluations that say everything went perfectly are like paragraphs that simply say I don't have any pets. They don't get good marks. Those that identify flaws and issues and explain the impact of them on the reliability of the data and how to address those issues in future, they're the ones that get great marks. Another example is when writing a persuasive speech or opinion feature article in English, for example. Inserting a quote or statistic from a known source that at least sounds realistic, even if it's not 100% correct, will still get marks on the marking criteria because it's counted as evidence as a persuasive device. So in this sort of assessment, the criteria is about being able to use a device appropriately rather than knowing the exact stats or the content of that precise bit of evidence. So the lesson from Bonnie and I, who is just totally laid down asleep now, is that when it's not about the actual content being marked, then your teen should work to make that content whatever's going to get more marks on the marking guide and allow them to operate at their highest level and achieve more of those success criteria. So I'm Katie Price, grade transformation expert, and let's have a little bit of fun this week. Tell me what things you've made up before as a student in order to have something more interesting to say or a higher level to be able to write at or talk about at school. And until next week, let's make this a fantastic week.